Hello, everyone. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. It's been so long before I've seen West Ham play, and it felt so good to see them win today, I must admit. I hope you're all doing well. Everything's all good for you in life, and everything is going well for you and your families. But before I start, mad game today. Mad. West Ham, they look refreshed, reborn. Just they look good today, and it's a big week, as we all know. We've got Lyon on Thursday, we've got Brentford next week, and then we've got Lyon again the following week. Let's start off with today, though. Today, I thought West Ham were good, very good. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was decent from start to finish. When I look at them today, it was an open game, open backwards and forwards with Everton, and like literally. Ryan Fredericks, I'm going to give a bit of praise to tonight. Like, someone disagrees with me and says he wasn't very good. I thought he was decent today, Ryan Fredericks. I thought he'd done a very, very good job. He made one error where Richarlison cut a shot with his outside of his foot. Other than that, I thought he was flawless. I thought he was very, very good. I thought a few of the boys done well today. Cresswell, what a peach of a free kick. Antonio was excellent today. His control just winds me up. That's the only thing I can say. He was a nightmare for their defenders. Yeah, and that's when Antonio is on it, Antonio is great. But I will start off from the beginning. And we come out and we look very, very good. And we pressed Everton, and it was backwards and forwards. And Saïd Benrahma done a couple of good passes in. Like Fornals had a little chance where if he has a shot, first time, instead of taking a touch, he gets a shot away. Bowen had a shot, but there wasn't really nothing vintage from us from then. And then we get a free kick, and I'll tell you what, when Cresswell stepped up, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, this is going straight in the top corner. I just had a feeling. I remember it when he done it against Manchester United, I think it was a few years ago, and I was like, yeah, this is going straight, and he's well up for this, and he went straight in the top corner. And it's a great goal. It's a great goal. It's what we needed. And really, to go in at half time 1-0, I think we deserved it. I think when you've got a team who's fighting for their lives, and you've got us, and we looked the better team today from start to finish. We really did. It's a great goal. Everton had chances, to say the least, but nothing clear cut. And, you know, it wasn't like Everton, like Fabianski was making blockbuster saves here, there, and everywhere. He was nothing really. Do you know what I mean? Nothing from them. Second half, they come out. They looked a bit better, Everton. They did, and they get a goal out of really nothing. Corner comes in, and Fabianski, which I can see in the chat, which I'll get to shortly. What's he doing? Like, he's punching it like a girl. Like it's coming out, punching it like it's just weak. Like there's no aggression in him. That should be punched hard and away. And for some crazy reason, he punches it like a fucking idiot. Do you know what I mean? And he punches it that bad. The spin on the ball is making it come back towards the goal. And then Mason Holgate scores probably the best goal he's ever going to score in his life. And it was a deflection of Fornals. Don't get me wrong, he's had a shot, spins in 1-0. And I was thinking the worst then. I was thinking, what is going on? Because I haven't done a lot Everton. Passed the ball around. I was getting down the sides, but nothing really, no. Dominic, Lewin, I would like to see him at West Ham United next season. If West Ham was to go and sign Dominic Lewin, I'll be over the moon with that. I think he's leaped. He's very, very good. He needs to get a bit of confidence back, but I think if he does, I think Everton will be fine this season. Do you know what I mean? 100%. But I'd love to see him in a West Ham shirt. That is for sure. And then we go and take the lead. Alex Iwobi makes an absolute ricket in the middle of midfield, which I didn't rate Alex Iwobi at Arsenal, and I'm sorry, I just didn't think he was good enough then. And when Everton paid the amount of money they paid for him, I was like, that is madness. But Pablo Fornals was another one who sort of frustrated me to a point today. Yeah, he done some good things, done some not so good things. if he doesn't do the pass into Antonio, then I'm rating him a different rating. But the pass into Antonio is a 10 out of 10 pass. It's perfectly weighted. It allows Antonio to run onto it. He hasn't got to stop his run or check his run. He's just got to run, and the ball will come to him. And I've got to admit, it's a great pass. Antonio, for how good Antonio played today, he should have scored that chance. Right, if you're our centre forward, yeah, that should be in the back of the net, no problems. Right, for the amount of time that he had and everything else. Pickford saves it, and the boy is back. JB is back in the house. Jarrett Bowen. It's a good finish. Bit lucky because the ball hits as he connects with the ball. It bounces over the defender's leg and into the goal, but we take it. And JB is back, and it's so good to see him. I think he got about 70 minutes before he got subbed for Noble. And yeah, over the moon to see that boy back. He's exactly what we need. But we go 2-1 up, and then they get a man sent off. Michael Keane gets sent off. He's another one. I think he's a potential player there, but he's just clumsy at best, and he just puts Everton into the mill, really. And then the game sort of goes backwards and forwards. We sort of contain it. Noble comes on, obviously, and then Yarmolenko come on for Ben Rama, I think it was. And we're starting to see the game out. And then in the last few minutes that I've seen on social media and everything else, Cresswell does an amazing game, and then he goes and kicks Richarlison, not in the face, but in the shoulder. But Richarlison's holding his face. And he gives him a chance to get a ball in the box. And I'm thinking, Cress, what the fuck are you doing, mate? Like, what are you doing? Like, you've just literally you've had a flawless game. You've played probably one of your better games for West Ham. Yeah. You scored an absolute peach of a goal, and then you go and do that. Literally, that is just stupidity at its finest. Luckily, it didn't amount to anything, and we end up winning the game 2-1, which for me is a great win. Everton, listen, I know Everton have been bad this season, but they won't be bad all the time. Will Everton go down? I don't think they will. I personally think there's three better teams or three worse teams, than them. I think Norwich will go. I think Watford will go. And I think Burnley are in a bit of a trouble, even though they've got the news like they're used to playing against relegated teams and fighting for their lives. I think this year's the final straw with Burnley for me, and I think Everton will just about get out of it. I think Leeds will survive, and Brentford, after their win yesterday against Chelsea, I think they're 100% will stand the league this season. I'll be quite shocked if they fall when others raise up. Do you know what I mean? But going back to us, it is a great win. Obviously, the result hasn't gone our way. Tottenham were losing 1-0 against Newcastle, and then Newcastle decided to have no defenders and just allow them to score 5. Do you know what I mean? We can't think like this now with the league. We've got to enjoy the league for what it is. We all know the Europa League's our thing. We go and beat Lyon. We're in the next round. We're in the semi-final of the Europa League. This club will be buzzing. I've always said, though, the key game is the Arsenal game coming up. And just keep winning our games. Just keep winning our games. Whatever happens in the league, happens. Can I see us finishing 8th? I will be disappointed if West Ham finish 8th. If West Ham finish 8th in the league, I won't be best pleased, because we should be aiming higher than that, or we should have done that in January. But if we finish 8th and we get to a final or semi-final of the Europa League, I think a lot of the fan base will swallow that and go, you know what, fair enough. Yeah, we have a bit of that. You know what I'm saying? But we move on. Obviously, Lyon next. But my final thought is this before as I do, go to your comments. So glad to see West Ham again. Do you know what I mean? It felt like an eternity, like that I haven't seen this team play for ages. And obviously, the last time we did see our team play was Tottenham away, which was sickening to say the least. But we are back, and this week is massive. And we all know that Lyon on Thursday is going to be a mental game, massive game for the club. And we all know that it's the most important game of the season for us. Do you know what I'm saying? Also, good to see Cresswell on the bench. I did not listen when I see his name on on the bench, I could not believe what I was seeing. I thought he was out for the season. And that man's managed to get back, which is unbelievable. I don't know what they're doing at West Ham with the healthcare system. Like years ago, an older generation, people will know what I'm about to say. They used to sit in the treatment room and be there for months. Like Zuma this year, we've had a result with, and Cresswell we've had a result with. Both of them have been great. But finally, the most important thing is Jarrett Bowen is back in action and he scored again today. The kid's a talent, mate. The kid's a talent. When the start of the season, he was missing a lot of them chances. He really, really was. He was missing chances and he was trying things. Listen, did Bowen have a good game up to the goal? I wouldn't say it was a vintage game, but he scored the goal. Do you know what I mean? And that's the main thing. Like, and I can see the people in the chat saying about Benny and all that, and I'll get to Benny in a little while. Like, Benny wasn't vintage, but none of them were vintage. Do you know what I mean? Like, none of them were absolutely masterclass performances. Like, Deck wasn't exactly world class today because he gave away so many passes. But we will see later on. But yeah, my final thought is over the moon, 3 points, buzzing. It's what we need now going into a big week, and just bring on Leon. That's all I say. Let's get to your comments before I wrap. We were good today. Antonio was excellent. Antonio was good. His touch frustrates the shit out of me. Well, I won't lie. Listen, I like Antonio to a point, but sometimes I think the goal that Bowen scores, he should be scoring that. He's a striker. He's one-on-one with a goalkeeper. I'm expecting him to at least, if he's a top striker, that's in the back of the net. But he's not. He's done well. He occupied their defenders. I think both of their centre-halves got booked today, so it says it all to me. Our poor performance were Noble and Fabianski for the goal. I don't know about Noble, Jezza. I think Noble comes on and that's it. Fabianski, different story for me. I totally agree. I think the goal is an absolute howler. And I think this you can be sentimental with Fab, but you've also got to be real that Areola is a better goalkeeper. And if that's Areola, I think everyone will be out going, what's he doing? What's he doing? For me, that's a massive ricket. And we're lucky today because we've got away with it. We might not get away with it again. Noble coming on was meant to kill the game off, but instead he kept running around like a headless chicken. Oh, I don't know, mate. I don't know. He done some good things, done some not so. What did Fab do wrong for the goal? The punch is terrible, Troge. You've got to be honest. That punch is terrible. That punch is... He's actually put backspin on the punch. Because if you watch it back, the ball's spinning like backwards. Like if you play pool or snooker, like I do, yeah, if you put bottom spin on it, it's just going to spin back. And he did not connect with it at all. It was... And why is he punching it in front of him? If anything, you're going to punch it left or right. It was poor. It was poor. They're just talking amongst themselves. Richarlison was better than Dominic Calvin, I thought. Yeah, Richarlison was good, but he missed... How many chances did he miss today? How many chances did Richarlison miss? And let's be honest, the one that where Fredericks... The only mistake Fredericks made was when the ball sort of kicked his foot and it went in front of him. And the next thing you know is like, oh no, like Richarlison was in. And I think Richarlison should be taking that. He should be scoring that chance. That one with the outside of the foot should be in the goal. And we was lucky there. He was lucky. And Trojan agreed. He was lucky we missed. We got away with a few mistakes today, I thought. I agree. Amount of times Fredericks got us out of trouble today was unreal. In the first half, I think I'm not too sure who it was who was running for. I think it was Calvin Lewin, and Fredericks was there, like sweeping up. Like Richarlison in the second half, I think he beats Fab, goes round Fab. He's just about to put it in the back of the net, and Fredericks is there. Right, unbelievable. I've slated Fredericks for a long time. Said Fredericks was not good enough, but today, on the balance of play, that was probably one of his best performances in a West Ham shirt. And that's not me taking the mick. I'm being real. Like he kept them quiet, and he's made one mistake all game, which didn't lead to anything. But it was one mistake. Do you know what I'm saying? So what we've got here, saying about Dominic Calvin. Bowen was quiet today, but I'm glad he got the goal. I agree. Bowen was quiet, but he's in the right place, right time, and he's reading it, isn't he? Do you know what I'm saying? The only thing with today, I think there was a lot of 7 and 8 performances, but just not 9s and 10s for me. Like, and the player ratings later, I'll be doing it with Lucas. Check it out tonight, 10 o'clock. Me and him will be going at it, the player ratings. I think it was a good, solid performance, but not massively like wonderful. Like, I won't sit there and go, "Oh wow, he was amazing today." Because I thought Everton, in better situations, Everton would have scored at least 2 goals today, at the very least. They scored 1 out of nothing really, but the other amount of chances Richarlison had to come in and score, and Calvin had about 2 or 3 chances. He clipped the bar, and all, yeah. What we got here? Any news when Ben Johnson is back? No idea, mate. No idea. He obviously must have picked something up on the under 23s or whatever it was. So for me, if Cresswell has to play, Cresswell's a better defender than Fredericks for Leon. Just put him in. Do you know what I mean? But then saying that Fredericks played well today, so it's a tricky one. It really, really is. Why is it when we go 1-0 up, why do we take our foot off the pedal? You can see the goal was coming. I totally agree, Gaza. That's one thing I will say. I'm sitting there and I can see them just mounting assault after assault on us. This is West Ham. And as West Ham fans, we know how we go. Like, we go up, and that was the old West Ham. Do you know what I mean? The one thing with West Ham now that I do see, I don't know whether anyone else agrees, but we've got this sort of never say die attitude. Whereas before, when West Ham used to go up and concede one, all the heads would go down, and we would probably end up drawing or losing again. We would never end up like resetting and going again. But this is a new West Ham, and we get the job done. What we've got here, so I think 6 is still there. I believe so. I do believe the Lyon game is massive, though. I believe if we win that, I think our mindset has to change from league to Europa. I think at the minute it can't. I think we've still got to concentrate on both, because let's be honest, all we are is in the quarterfinal of the Europa League. That's all we are. Do you know what I'm saying? So we're not in any we're not bettering ourselves any further. Do you know what I mean? When you get to a semi-final, you're 1 game away from a final, and West Ham haven't been to a final since 2006, and that was obviously Liverpool. Ben Rama didn't do much wrong today, apart from bottling out of a couple. Thought he had a good game. Yeah, Benny was all right today, mate. Listen, I've always said on this channel, yeah, and this is why I try and keep my shit real, yeah. With Ben Rama, he's a player that he's your slickster. He's the one who will make things happen. And some of the passes, he put in an absolute peach of a pass for Fornells today. But I mean, the pass was it was a reverse pass, and Fornells really should be hitting it first time, right? But he said he dived for it, take the touch, then he had a shot, and it was sort of smothered. You know what I mean? But he was all right today. If I was it was an okay performance, good performance. It wasn't nothing vintage, but do you know what I mean? Others, yet again, I don't really see who else was amazing today. Antonio was good. He was very good. I've got to give him that. But other than that, it was one of them games where we just sort of got the job done. Right? And I'd rather him do that. I'll use Ben Mum as an example. I'd rather him have these sort of steady games, because I'd rather him do that sort of situation and then not be 1 good game, 6 shit ones. Do you know what I mean? So it's no point. Benny was really good, but he's shooting is weak. I agree on that. I do agree on that with Troj. When he shoots, it's lackluster for me, and that reminds me of Fornells a few years ago. When Fornells used to have a shot, he used to fall over when he had a shot, which was saying a lot. But he's in that mould where he does that sort of, he cuts inside and has a shot to try and it's like a shot come across, so to speak. He's got to improve on that. I'll be the first one to say that. But yeah, long may it continue. I'm still waiting for them 4 goals, Benny. Don't let me down, brother. Do you know what I'm saying? Hi, James. Hope you are well, pal. Yeah, Ian, I'm good, mate. I'm all good. I'm all good. It was my partner's birthday over the weekend. I went out for the evening yesterday. I've just literally come back from Suffolk today. She's been back an hour, and I'm all good, mate. Yeah. I just watched Leon. They won 3-2. They have great attacking options, but weren't great at defensively. Yeah, but they're playing against a massive team in West Ham, though, Jezza. We all know we're massive. Do you know what I mean? We've got to remember that. Benny won a few tackles today, impressed me more than he's attacking. Yeah, I just don't like the way where he could be sort of going into a player that he shouldn't be, really. But yeah. When we won that throw, it was excellent. Here's a question for you. Do you ask too much of Antonio? His opposite number was an England international, Dominic, who offered nothing at all. I don't ask too much of him, Jazza, right? But what I do ask for him is to sometimes control the ball in ways that, like today, for instance, if West Ham draw the game 1-1 or West Ham go and lose the game, people will be looking at Antonio missing that chance today and going, oh, well, he's had a shot and like he's 1-on-1. And how many times have we seen Antonio 1-on-1 and he's either spooned it over the bar or he's got it under his feet? That's what irritates me with him. I think there's a player there, but it's few and far between. Like, he can have a game where he's absolutely unstoppable, and then he could have a game where I look at him and I think, you can't pass, you're taking long throw-ins, you're drifting wide. There's got to be a balance here. Do you know what I mean? If that is Jonathan David in that position today, that's in the back of the net. And that's no joke. Do you know what I mean? If that's Jonathan David, even if that's Dominic Calvert-Lewin in that position, I think that's in the back of the net. And yes, he's had a shot, he's got it on target, granted, but it should be in the back of the net. Do you know what I mean? So, do I ask too much for him? Well, yeah, I do, because he should be doing better. Like, he's been a striker now for well over 2.5, 3 years now, and he's scoring regular goals. And as a striker, that's what he should be doing. He should be putting the ball in the back of the net. He hasn't scored a goal since Crystal Palace, I believe, or Southampton in the cup. That's not exactly like, and it's lucky that Jarrett Bowen is like becoming like Lingard from last season. Because if he wasn't, then we'd have a problem. Because who scores the goals for West Ham? Do you know what I mean? Because Antonio hasn't scored, isn't scoring regular goals, like week in, week out. So we've got here. Leon will be clinical. I agree. They have a striker who has been scoring goals and has grabbed another 2 today. Yeah. Sign a decent outfield play at 60% and win West Ham. I wouldn't have had half of resilience or reserves this current mob. Yeah, I agree, mate. Yeah, West Ham at the minute they've got this never say die attitude, which I love. They don't just sit there and go for a draw. They want the win. Do you know what I mean? And Everton, listen, people of an older generation will know that Everton have been our bogey side for years, home and away. We can't beat this team ever, all right? Especially our Merseyside, right? And over the last sort of couple of years, we've managed to do them at their place. Do you know what I mean? And even at home, we used to like get beat 3-2s all the time. Especially like, I'll never forget when Leighton Baines scored a free kick, which still haunts me to this day. Do you know what I'm saying? But we are a different side. We are a different side. And I think the rest has come at the right time. They looked fresher today, all of them. They really did. Fredericks can't control a football. No, he can't, I must admit. But what he done today is he stopped attacks and he stopped possible goals from happening today. Listen, I don't like Fredericks, right? I think Fredericks is a championship player at best. I think his time is done at West Ham, but I've got to give him credit today. I have to. I have to be real and say, you know what? Yeah, fair play to you, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, if he was to do that over 4 or 5 games regularly, then my attitude might change towards him. But at the minute, it's just one game. But he's played very well today. What we got here? Everyone's good question. Got a question here from Buster. Question: which 3 would you play behind Antonio on Thursday? Interesting. Well, Lanzini's out, so I think obviously it's going to have to be basically the same team that played today, as good as. Do you know what I mean? I think Benny will have to play. I think Bowen come off today means that he's playing on Thursday, which is probably like we all know. Fornals, he's the workhorse. Yeah, I think it sort of picks itself. I think the front four that played today, really. And what it was today, it was like a 4-4-2 system. It wasn't like a 4-2-3-1. Bowen and Antonio was up front. Benny was on the, I think it was on the left, I think. And Fornell was on the right. And it was, they kept changing systems, like in and out of possession, which was good. So, yeah, I think the team picks itself, mate. Benny keeps his place. You can tell Moyes was happy with him when he come off. I hope so, mate. I really do. Lanzini is out the picture, so we really don't have much choice. I agree. Jay Woods is in the house. Massive win. We need to use this momentum to bring it to the LS on Thursday. It is a massive game on Thursday, mate, as you know, as everyone else knows. This game today, we played Everton at the right time, I believe. Like, they're in a bad moment. I think if this was been Everton, who was in the top 10, I think it's an harder game. I think then it's a different story. But we've caught Everton really in their worst moment in their sort of Premier League history. That's for certain. So, yeah. I think Ben Ron was playing table tennis today. Does he realise his shots don't need to bounce before he gets the ball? Yeah, very true, mate. Very true, Buster. I must admit. Beautiful free kick from Cresswell. Listen, mate. When I was sitting there in the pub watching it, I was up in Suffolk. Went to a lovely, lovely boozer, mate. I'm like really, really nice. And I was sitting there, and I was like, "This is going to the top corner." And I was trying to look on the Sky Bet, and I couldn't because there's no epoxy signal out in the sticks where no one lives. So I was like, right, I can't even like do anything now before he takes the free kick. Bang, top corner, great goal. Do you know what I mean? Really, really was. What result would you take going into the second leg against Lyon? I think we have to score 2 goals, mate, on Thursday. I'm going to wrap it there with that final question, and I'll get to Sam's question shortly. Sam says a bit generous. I thought we were lucky. Nah, I don't know, mate. Let's be honest, Sam. We were the better team today. I think if you like, when you look at both teams, yeah, was we lucky really? They scored a lucky goal. Right, I'll give him. Right, the goal literally is a fluke. Right, he's hitting it. It's ricocheted off Fornals. Fredericks did save us a few times. I'll give him that. I don't say we was lucky today. I think Everton just didn't take their chances. I think that's what it boils down to. If I'm being honest, just did not take that. Everton didn't take their chances, and I think Ryan Fredericks stopped about 2 or 3 goals today, 100%. Right, I'll get to this final comment. James, what result would you take going to the second leg? For me, I think we need to score 2 goals and keep a clean sheet. If we win 2-0 at home against Lyon on Thursday night, I'm over the moon. I think if we have to win on Thursday, there's no two ways about it. We have to turn up and we have to win the game by at least a couple of goals. Lyon are a sort of side, and I've said this before, I know they've done well this season, but French sides, other than PSG, like take PSG out of the equation, they don't travel. They don't travel well to like different, like especially to England. Now, we need to be on the front foot, and we really, if we take a 2-1 win back to Lyon, I don't think it's enough, mate. Because I know Lyon will score at home. Like they're a very, very good side at home. Away from home, they're a bit hit and miss. Do you know what I mean? They either turn up and play half decent, or they're just awful. Do you know what I'm saying? So, if I was to predict it for Thursday right now, 3-1 would be my thing. I think West Ham need to come out and basically do the job. Tro said, didn't they already beat Manchester City and Chelsea? Yeah, over time, Tro. They ain't beaten this season. I know that for certain. Like, certain teams do like have bad forms away from home, but I've also seen them lose against other teams away from home. Lyon are a decent side, but so are we. And that's what we've got to act. We've got to act like we're a decent side, and we are a decent side. And having JB back in the building now is the main focus now. Like, if you'd have said to me, no Jarrett Bowen, I was worried. I'm not worried now. I fancy us to beat Lyon. I said it when the draw come out. I done a 60-second video on this channel, and I turned and said, I fancy us to do Lyon, right? I don't think Lyon's the problem. I think it's West Ham. I think West Ham playing at home first is a problem, because Lyon could just turn up there and settle for a draw, whereas we really need the win. That's the problem, and West Ham will have to come forward. I'm not saying we can't go to Lyon and beat them, because let's be honest, we are a counter-attacking team, and we like teams to attack us so we can hit them on the break. But if we can, you've only got to look at Seville. Look at Seville the last time out when they played us. I think if Seville would have scored 2 goals at home, I think we would have found it tough. Like, we found it tough against them at home. I know we've got the goal, we went to extra time, but I do think we need to score 2. 2-0, clean sheet, I'm over the moon. 1-0, I'm happy, but we need to score over there. It's as simple as that. And that's it from me, really, on that. And I'm going to leave it at that. I really am. Player ratings tonight, 10 o'clock. If you're about, drop a like, come and have your say on it in the comment section below. I'll be joined by Lucas all the way from the US of A. Me and him will be discussing it and talking about what's going to happen in Lyon, because I'm excited. One thing I'm excited about this game. I've got a good vibe on this one. I think Lyon are, they're a good side, but Seville are a very, very good side, and we beat them over 2 legs. And I'm not worried about Lyon in the slightest at all. Like, do you know what I mean? Because now we've got Cresswell back. Now we've got JB back. And we've had a bit of a break also. I think it's come at the right time. I think if this game would have been before the international break, then maybe not as confident. But I am pretty confident on this game on Thursday, I must admit. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking forward to it. I really, really am. But player ratings tonight. Please smash a like on the videos. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. It goes a long way. It really helps me out greatly. And that's it from me. The ice cream man's doing his chimes. I'm going to go and get one. Take care. All the best. And bye for now.